And they're off. Racing then over 2.5 miles, and early on, sorting themselves out, the grey Lord de Sud is one of those that is racing in quite a prominent position. Tungsten Strike not ridden as aggressively as is sometimes the case, and it's Montare in the cheek pieces and the last drop who are the closest pursuers to Lord de Sud. Tungsten Strike jumps in just behind the speed in the blue armlets. Yeats races in about 6th, tracking Allegretto. Finalmente is in mid-division. Badam comes next on the outer of Cherry Mix, another being ridden with more restraint than is sometimes the case over this longer trip. Then Sergeant Cecil, Bulwark, Rising Cross, and Geordieland is last of all. So Grey's front and back as they wend their way up the home straight for the first time. And it's Lord de Sud who leads by a length from on the outside in second, the last drop. Tungsten Strike races third. Montare's been reined back to 4th place in the noseband and cheek pieces, the white colours, on the inside of the also nosebanded Finalmente. In 6th place is Allegretto on the inside of Le Miracle, with Yeats in midfield at this stage in the darker blue. The lighter blue, the Godolphin colours on the grey, belong to Cherry Mix ahead of Badam, then Sergeant Cecil, Bulwark, Rising Cross and Geordieland. This isn't strung out. There's a good 15 lengths first to last as Lord de Sud spearheads the trio up past the stands for the first time. The grey Lord de Sud, far side Tungsten Strike, moving closer now on the inside, taking that rails run when it was offered. In third is the last drop, just ahead of Finalmente and Montare. The Miracle races in 6th, just ahead of Allegretto, 2 lengths back to Yeats. Cherry Mix comes next. Cherry Mix just shied there off the rail of Badam, then Sergeant Cecil, Bulwark, Rising Cross and Geordieland. So Lord de Sud, an even pace, has them strung out over 15 lengths as they begin the descent past the 1.5 mile start. Lord de Sud leading the Gold Cup by 1.5 lengths. Tungsten Strike back now in 2nd place with the last drop in 3rd. Finalmente races in 4th place, just ahead of Montare and Le Miracle racing in 5th and 6th. Then comes Allegretto in the red, white and blue. No move yet from Yeats, who's in about 8th place at this stage, with Badam, Cherry Mix, Sergeant Cecil on the inside of Bulwark. Rising Cross and still Geordieland is last of all as they've made their way down the side of the course and prepare to enter the final 10 furlongs. So approaching the halfway stage. And it's Lord de Sud who continues to lead from Tungsten Strike, who's back to within half a length in 2nd place. The last drop races in 3rd ahead of Finalmente racing in 4th place. Then in 5th is Montare with Le Miracle racing in 6th, and then comes Allegretto. Cherry Mix got a little bit lit up on the descent and is now racing quite keenly as the pace just pauses. Yeats is still 1 place ahead of him with Bulwark on that horse's outside in about 8th or 9th place. Sergeant Cecil comes next. Badam just precedes those with Rising Cross and Geordieland as they turn at the far end and now begin this steady climb that'll take them inside the last mile of the Gold Cup. Lord de Sud has made every single yard of the running. Tungsten Strike has always been his shadow and races in 2nd. The last drops in 3rd as once again they just try and increase the pace slightly. Finalmente's in 4th as they pass the 6. Le Miracle for the first time. Yeats begins to make a move up on the outside stylishly into 5th place. Badam and Cherry Mix try to cover that move. Sergeant Cecil just a little trapped away on the inside as they pass the 5, and the leaders now begin to jockey for position. The big guns primed to pull the trigger as they make their way now up towards the turn back towards home and the final 4.5. Lord de Sud, Tungsten Strike's rider, niggles along. Yeats continues to travel very well just on the heels of Finalmente and the last drop. Then comes Montare, Badam down the outside, Cherry Mix and Allegretto. Sergeant Cecil manoeuvred out to get a clear sight of some daylight as they begin the turn back towards home. Yeats travels up very strongly to come now and press Lord de Sud, the last drop. Cherry Mix is asked for an effort with Tungsten Strike. Sergeant Cecil's poorly positioned as Yeats goes for home. Over 2 out. It's Yeats who leads by a couple of lengths from Lord de Sud. Then back in 3rd is Le Miracle. Geordieland stays on stoutly. Yeats going inside the final furlong. Geordieland and Le Miracle, however, are closing on him as they go inside the last. All of a sudden, Yeats has a battle as Geordieland goes towards the far side. Yeats weaving around in front, but has too many guns for them. Too much class. Back-to-back Gold Cups. Yeats wins by 1.5 lengths. Geordieland was 2nd. Le Miracle, a mighty race for Germany in 3rd.